If I asked you what the biggest betrayal in gaming history was, what would you say? Would you say someone turning their back on their esports team? Would you say a sequel to a game that should have been made but never was? Or would you say gaming companies releasing a game that you were really looking forward to just for it to be horrible? Well, if you asked me that question, I would have a very easy answer to give. And that is the fact that we allowed this game to fucking die, bro. Titanfall 2, in my opinion, is the perfect game. Everything about this game is perfection. The gunplay feels amazing. All the guns in the game feel balanced and rewarding if you're able to master them. There's a high level of progression with all of them that you eventually get better and better with them. The Titans all have their pros and cons, and each one has an area or a type of playstyle or a type of fight that they excel in. And they all have their weaknesses as well. Certain counters to certain Titans. Certain Titans absolutely dominate other Titans, whilst in other scenarios, they are absolutely dominated. The boosts all have their use, minus a few which are admittedly completely useless. I'm looking at you, FaZe Rewind, your fucking ass. Don't ever fucking show your face to me ever again. But like, you can excel in a lot of situations with a lot of these boosts. Whether that's amped weapons, whether that's a pilot sentry, a Titan sentry, whether that's a smart pistol, you fucking dickheads. All of these boosts have a certain situation where they just are amazing in, and they all have a good time to be played. And finally, the pilot abilities are outstanding. You can create so many different playstyles with every single one, and each one is suited to a certain type of player. If you want to camp, you use AWOL. If you want to go run and gun, you use Stim. Want to go as fast as possible shooting enemies, you pick Stim. Want to confuse the enemies to where they don't know where you are, you use Holopilot. Want wall hacks, use Pulseblade. Each one has an amazing concept behind it that makes them all stand out and feel different. And on top of that, you can pile the boosts to absolutely dominate anyone and create a really good synergy with what you have. Then comes the gameplay. Some of the smoothest gameplay of any game I have ever experienced. The movement of the pilots as well as the well-designed maps create an environment where you can do basically anything you want. Want to wall run from one end of the map to the other one, you'll be able to as long as you are skilled enough. Want to climb to the top of any building in the map, you are able to. Want to zip line around the map like you're Spider-Man, you're able to. The maps are basically perfect. And there are so many mechanics in this game that make it very rewarding that when you get good enough to them, you're able to outmaneuver and outplay your opponent. The skill ceiling in this game is massive. 1 minute you can think you're the top dog, and then the next match you go up against someone who is absolutely dominating you and there's no way you can kill them. It is so rewarding when you finally improve and finally start outplaying people on a regular basis. Everything about this game is a positive, and I genuinely don't even have a single negative for this game. I don't think there's any other game that I've played in my entire life that I can say that for. Even the stuff you have to pay for is not stupidly priced, that you can pick and choose what you want. I mean, a pack of 24 camos is like £2. £2 fucking pounds for a pack of 24 camos. I mean, if you play Call of Duty, each camo will be upwards of £8. Play Fortnite, each skin would be £8 at a minimum. Yet £2 for 24 camos. But it's not just that. The game modes are all interesting as well. You have Bounty Hunt, Capture the Flag, PvP, a Frontier Assault mode. Like, everyone's cup of tea is in this game. If you like Team Deathmatch, you can play Team Deathmatch. If you like Pilots vs Pilots, you can play Pilots vs Pilots. If you like a Frontier game mode, you can play that. If you like a Bounty Hunt game mode, you can play that. If you only want to play your Titan, there are game modes for that. And don't even get me started on the story of this game. It's widely regarded as one of the best stories of all time. It's short, true, but in that short experience, you experience one of the best stories in gaming history. So when you ask me what the biggest betrayal is in gaming history, it's letting this practically perfect game die, man. It's EA letting this series die. It's EA making Apex instead of Titanfall 3. Although I do feel like Titanfall 3 wouldn't have stood up to Titanfall 2, because Titanfall 2 is pure perfection. I cannot trust EA for letting this series die. They have a home run with this series, and they just decided to let it rot and sit there. I have never wanted the game to do well more than I have Titanfall. And it's an utter shame that we have copy and paste games like FIFA and Madden and Call of Duty every year, but this just sits there collecting dust.